thrice now, three times in a row.
Yes.
I love using the word thrice.
I love that word.
I'm bringing it back. I take
Debonair.
any opportunity to use it.
Yeah, it does sound very debonair.
I've told you once, I've told you twice, now I've told you thrice.
Love it. Last week we chatted a bit about authenticity. Really great subject, isn't it, Carlos?
Yeah, you could go on forever.
Yeah.
Because it's something we all want from ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we've all had those experiences where we feel disappointed that we haven't said something or we didn't react a certain way. Or maybe, we knew at that moment or maybe afterwards that we weren't our true selves. Our reaction wasn't the right one.
No, it wasn't our authentic. What we were really thinking. How come that happens?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of pressures also in society to behave a certain way, and there's things like diplomacy and all this type of thing, which are fine. Being polite, you can't say everything that comes to your mind because we live in a civilized society, and it's good to respect others and know how to, if you like, situate yourself in a certain position, depending on where you are, of course. And that's nice, courtesy, all that type of stuff. But authenticity is different. You can still remain authentic and still do all these things. And a very simple rule, when you don't feel authentic, you know it. Because I know definitely that I think about it. And it makes me a little bit anxious, actually, when I know maybe I did not say something the right way or I didn't participate in the right way, and then when I leave I know that I was wrong in the sense that maybe nothing happened or maybe others didn't pick up on it, but I'm disappointed with myself that I didn't go with my gut feeling and just behave or discuss or communicate with others in a more open manner.
Yeah, choosing the right words is important, I suppose, too, isn't it?
I think it's extremely important. I mean, some philosophers would say that the only reality we have are words.
Yeah?
Language. These days in philosophy departments all around the world, the main subject is language, how a language influences our reality. And, of course, it's quite a broad subject, but basically it's whatever we think and we think in words, we form a certain reality, and whatever we tell others, we're forming that reality towards them. Of course, there are other forms of reality, but some philosophers would say that the words are the most important part of it because it's the way we communicate as humans.
Yeah, it's a picture being painted. Isn't
That's
it?
right.
Really?
That's exactly right, yeah.
Sometimes it's easier to be more authentic when you're writing something because you think about some words. Say you've got 4 words and you can actually choose one word, which is more to the point for those 4 words.
That's right, yeah. One of those words that represent better what you want to say, that's the beauty of poetry, isn't it?
Yes.
I love economy, as you know, economy of words, and finding the right words at the right time is extremely important. And that's why proverbs are so powerful, aren't they? Because they say so much in so little. And look, sometimes we can communicate in different ways. Of course, there's non-verbal behaviour and all these type of things, but really to find that authenticity, that's a good start there. But I think I always say to people, if you can, start writing down your thoughts, or maybe even your story, or something that you've...
Some poetry.
Some poetry, anything, and it's just for you. And once you reread it, especially the next day, in the light of day, I always say, you'll know whether it was true to you. And sometimes, you pick up very quickly. And sometimes only a part of it's fine. And you decide that's all you're going to keep. And it may just be for yourself, but that creativity and that imagination that we use during that time helps us discover
our authentic self.
Parts of ourselves that are authentic, yes.
That's true. Very fun to do it as well, isn't it? You know?
It is. And it's never a waste of time.
Yeah.
Never a waste of time. If you sit down with a pen and your thoughts, it's never a waste of time. Yeah,
and we were talking last week and you were saying that it takes a lifetime, really, doesn't it, to find our authentic self, and we may not ever really find the most of our authentic self throughout our lifetime. But
that's
fun.
it, and it's the journey, isn't it? It's the journey. You know, you stop along the way here and there in life, but you don't focus too much on the destiny, more on the journey, how you're going, not so much where you're going. And it's hard to do because our brain is always, wants results and where we're going. But, that's why most of us enjoy road movies. Because it's just about what's happening during the time.
Yeah.
And then whenever it ends, it's because they already got there.
Yeah.
And
Cheech and Chong.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they were some fun ones there.
They were fun, weren't they?
I don't know if they'll remember much of that journey. But look, we've all had our little semi-journeys in life, but life is the main journey, isn't it?
Yeah.
And every moment is important.
Yeah, and to be nurtured, isn't it?
That's right.
Embraced.
That's
and loved.
exactly right. Yeah.
Feel happy about it. And we're speaking, that we're perfectly imperfect, but we're perfect just the way we are imperfectly, aren't we? Everyone should be very happy with themselves because perfect creatures.
That's right. It's very hard to explain, isn't it? The best way I've found is to say we are exactly the way we have to be. And that's pretty much it. And with all the imperfections, and of course there's nothing perfect in this earthly life anyway, at least. So,
and what is perfection anyway?
Yeah, it's just like utopia or an ideal, it's something that we can create in our minds, but we can't create it on the earth. We can't create it in life. One of the things that some philosophers have talked about, especially someone like Pythagoras in ancient Greece, of course, is that the only perfection we have is through numbers, through mathematics and so forth. And of course, they're abstract ideas. We can utilize them in life, of course. We can place two objects and add two more. We know that's four, but numbers are abstract, and that's in one way something for us to strive for. It's an ideal, a bit like Plato's ideal, so there are these ideal things we have in mind. We can never get them.
To strive.
That's right, but you have to aim. So, for example, there's an ideal chair and a carpenter will aim to build that ideal chair, but the one he or she builds isn't the ideal. It's just a copy of it. And that's at best what we can get. But it's good that we have these ideals because we can actually strive for that perfection, but not feel disappointed when we don't. And that's part of being authentic with yourself. And in one way, knowing that ourselves are like that. We can't be perfect, and we can only aim for it. So we need to learn through the process.
I love the way you put that, Carlos.
Oh,
really great.
You. Lucky we recorded that.
Yes, it is lucky. But we just got to remember that, to love ourselves just the way we are.
Yeah, and that's a big step, isn't it? That's a big step. It's people say it all the time, and we overuse it. So sometimes we don't take it too seriously. But I always say to people, and especially parents, I say the best lesson you can provide to your child is to be happy yourself, to concentrate on you, to love yourself, and put yourself as in number one with them. Not beneath you, not beneath them. Sure, we also, our kids come, of course we would give our lives in a second for our children and even our grandchildren, but we have to put ourselves up there and take care of ourselves and love ourselves, because that's the role modeling that we're having towards them. And so it's good to say, but it's much far better to role model.
Do it,
and just practice it every day. Put yourself in a position where you're going to plan your life around your needs. And, of course, there are times in life where we need to give to our family and friends, and that's fine. But in generally speaking, yes, love yourself by waking up in the morning and doing the things you like.
Kind to yourself.
Doing
the things you like, true. Well, thank you, Carlos. Camacho, psychologist, philosopher, all-round great bloke.
Yeah.
Good to have you in again, back next week.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We're going to go now to the end of the year every week.
Yay. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Now, some people go out in the desert and search for themselves, don't they?
Oh, they do.
You did.
That's right. Well, Jesus did too.
Yes, he did.
40 days and 40 nights. And, but yeah, this song is one of those songs that even when I heard it as a kid, because it's from the late 70s, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And I always thought, it gave me that image of someone just finding themselves.
Being on a horse out there.
They took a horse with no name.
Yeah.
In
Wonder what the song is.
Not to get distracted, because names do that. They distract you. And I always had that feeling. It's just got a wonderful vibe, and that's the beauty of art. It just gives you an idea. Maybe for others it doesn't, but for me, it always gave me this impression that this person just leaving civilization and out to find themselves.
Love it, Carlos. See you next week.
Sure.
Here it is, A Horse with No Name by America.